As long as Venkat was running, we didn't say it in those words. As long as Venkat was running it, we never achieved what we tried to. But this is the first time we've been able to do something. The second thing, very smartly he said, is that we are all one person, so we don't really need to thank each other. And I spent half an hour trying to make a list of who all I'm going to thank today and what I'm going to talk. So I just sent an SMS to Dhaval saying, can I skip? Can I just, not talk? But he says, no, you have to talk at least for 7 minutes. So here I am. I don't really have a clue what I have to say for the next 7 minutes if I can't thank people. I'll just start off by sharing why, a few people asked me again and again, why Give India? Why did we start it? For me, actually, the inspiration came from a lot of the people that are here in this room today. Many of you, like Mr. Vagul said, actually, that, the passion of some of us is really more of an intellectual passion. We sit in our comfortable offices in Bombay and Delhi and Bangalore. But it's people like, Mr. Nanjappa, Murli from Sevale, Mr. Sinha from the work that they do in Patna. It's really, really inspiring. When I was, before I started Give India, when I met organizations like these, my skin used to, my hair used to stand on end to see the kind of passion, the kind of commitment that people like you bring to the work that you do on every single day. And yet struggled so much to try and find a way to get enough money to do the kind of work that you do. I used to think a lot about this. Mr. Vagul says now that we do need a really good apolitical solution to the country, and I agree. I used to ask myself, what can I do in this context? And, luckily I had an MBA, so I said that maybe I can try and use my fundraising skills or the skills that one learns in an MBA to try and help organizations that are doing this kind of work. The other part of it, Mr. Sinha's son, I just discovered, Jayavardhan was my batchmate at IIM. And when I used to be running a school in Ahmedabad, most of my batchmates used to write in a mail to me saying, I want to do something, but I don't know which organization to support. Who knows who's good, who's not good? Will my money get used well? And in fact, often people had heard only of one or two organizations, maybe a CRY, maybe a UNICEF. If they wanted to do something, they didn't know which organizations they could support. So this very simple idea was that can we do something that connects these two sets of people who are doing fabulous work on the ground and people who want to support them. So that's really the essence of what we started off with, of trying to connect people. Along the way, it's been an interesting journey. One of the first things, Pushpa hopefully will share some more examples later, but what I remember is, I think her first day at work was on 27th January, or was it 26th itself, the day 2001 when the Gujarat earthquake had happened. And our office at that time used to be in ICICI's office on the 10th floor of a building, and after an earthquake you dare not go to the 10th floor. So we had our meeting in the garden, the public garden right outside, and chalked out our strategy of how we are going to go about trying to do whatever we can to help the people. I think for me, one of the most inspiring things in our 13-year journey has been the people who worked at Give India. So much though, I keep expressing a lot of thanks to all the people who've been involved. For me, my deepest source of inspiration has been the kind of commitment the people have shown. Whether it's people like Dhaval, whether it's people like Sambhaji, whether it's people like, various people throughout the course of the organization, the kind of commitment with which people have worked, the passion with which they have done what they have done, I think without that Give India wouldn't have been what it is today. And I'd really like all the rest of us to give a big hand to the Give India team really here today if possible. I completely agree with Mr. Vagul that it's completely baby steps at, 180, 200, whatever crores or whatever that sum may be. There is that starfish story that most of us would have heard about, that person who throws the starfish in the sea. And somebody comes and says that, you're keeping on throwing these starfish in the sea, but, with every tide, the starfish come back to the surface. So what difference are you really making? And that person says that he takes and throws in another starfish into the sea and says, at least to this one starfish, I made a difference. So I think at some level we can take satisfaction from the fact that, maybe over the last 13 years, 1 million lives have been transformed. But I really love the way Mr. Vagul positioned the whole thing, saying that can we collectively, maybe over dinner today is not going to be enough, but over the next few months, we have various people from different corporates who support the payroll program, support other initiatives of Give India. We have many of the NGOs here today. We can find a way of talking to each other more often, engaging more often to discover what is it that we all can do to try and make a much more significant difference compared to where we are today. So with that, and all the best wishes to all of you, let's hope this 13-year-old baby in the next 13 years can try and make a much, much more significant impact. Thanks again for being here, and let's hope we have a great journey together. Thank you.